anyone really going to pay enough for decorated sugar cookies to make a sugar cookie business worth your time? This is the question that so many of us who have been bitten by the cookie bug ask ourselves when we're considering turning this art form into a source of flexible income that we can earn from home in our very own kitchens. I know I did when I first started my sugar cookie business. Hi there, I'm Sarah, and 5 years ago, I started a home bakery business from my home kitchen right here after I came home to be a stay-at-home mom of my young twins, who at the time were about to turn 2, but are now 7. And it allowed my husband and I to pay off my car. It gave us some flexible, expendable income, even though we had just gone down to one income while I was staying home with my boys. And it has just been such a blessing to our family. It was the catalyst for the business I now run, teaching people to decorate beautiful sugar cookies and create a flexible, profitable business from home by starting a sugar cookie business. By now, you have probably heard all about cottage food law, business licensing, all the things that need to happen to start any business and to start any business where you're selling food out of your kitchen. Those are the basics. And if you haven't heard about those things, I have lots of videos that explain them really thoroughly. So I'll link those up here. If you'd like a little bit more in-depth explainer on that, I have a free cookie business masterclass that you're going to love. I don't have time to go into everything in a short YouTube video like this, so I made this masterclass so that it could be something that you could watch on your own time very easily from your home while you fold laundry or do your dishes. Or sit down and eat Cheetos. I ain't judging. The masterclass is designed to answer all your questions about starting a cookie business, like, are my skills where they need to be in order to start selling? What in the world do I do to start? I'm overwhelmed. What step do I start with first? And what if I just don't have time for this? What if I commit to these orders and then don't have the time? The masterclass will get more into the nitty-gritty of that with you, and you can find the link to go register for that easily and get it delivered to your inbox today in the description below. Or you can go to sarahgracecookiecode.com/masterclass. So with that out of the way, I bet that you haven't heard as much conversation in the baking world or in the baking business advice that's out there right now about how to actually manage it all. So many of us who are starting baking businesses are stay-at-home moms or moms who are working part-time on our baking businesses. It is not the only responsibility that we have in life, and what a blessing that is. But at the same time, our lives don't stop when we decide to start a sugar cookie decorating business. I know that mine certainly didn't. Laundry still needed to be done. Diapers still needed to be changed at that time. And now, as a mom, I know ball games are still happening. Like, life just gets busier. So it is so important to be strategic about how you manage your time, about how you manage your business, and it can be done. I'm here to tell you that it can be done without the burnout, without the sleepless nights. The beauty of starting a sugar cookie decorating business from your home is that you are the boss. And although it can be a little overwhelming, getting to manage your own time is so amazing as a mom. You get to earn income on your own timetable. And it's so, so powerful when you're able to prioritize what you want and what's important to your family in a given season. So let's start there with prioritizing your time. That's one of the keys to running any successful business, especially starting a sugar cookie business. Every decision in your business, every decision you make from the get-go or from this point forward, don't stress if you've already started this business and you just need some help growing it or whatever. Don't stress if you didn't make decisions this way leading up to this point. Just start making decisions from this point forward with the mindset that your time is your most valuable asset. When you're deciding how you're going to accept orders, because that's part of starting a sugar cookie business. You need to decide how you're going to accept orders, and don't just hope that people are going to send you messages and ask for cookies. They probably will, because that's how my cookie business got started. I posted some pictures. I did not have a clear ordering system, and people would just message me. It was very willy-nilly. It was very whenever the phone would ding. Now later, I was able to set up a much more streamlined, much more structured order taking process that allowed me to accept orders through a form and have an automated message going out on my Facebook page, and in like a copy and paste template that I could send in a text that said, "Hey, this is Sarah. It's an automated message from me. This is how you order," and it sent them to that form. "This is my pricing. This is the booking information." All the things that I used to spend tons of time going back and forth with customers about, all this made it streamlined and made it so much easier so that it was an automated process, and I could set aside a time in the week to look at orders, to communicate with clients, and I could be in that mindset when I was in that moment, instead of decorate a little, pick up my phone, message a little, decorate a little, oh yeah, I need to take a picture of that. Like, it was so scattered. Systemizing and making decisions from a place of what is going to maximize my time is so key. Y'all, I was trying to keep up with it in a Google Calendar, and it was a hot mess. I was missing orders because I was having to go to 20 different places to look for orders. And every week I would sit down to plan my week, and I would go, okay, check my text messages, check my emails, check this one online order form that I forgot to tell people I made, check my Facebook messages, check my Instagram messages. Like, it was exhausting. Now, this is one of the reasons that I created the Cookie Career Academy. I think a lot of times when I tell people that I have a course that teaches them how to start and grow their cookie business, they automatically think, well, that's just going to be a typical online course where there's somebody talking at me in a video where I can find the information on YouTube for free, but I paid $1,000 for it, and it's just someone talking at me, and that's it. This is so not that. The Cookie Career Academy I designed to be a time saver for people starting their cookie decorating businesses and sugar cookie businesses, really any baking business. I had to figure out web design. I had to figure out all this tech and stuff, and I spent so much time figuring it out and learning these processes, and I did not have a starting point. But the Cookie Career Academy is basically a digital business in a box. It gives you a Wix web design template. So the website is already made. You just drag and drop your pictures and colors to fill in and adjust it for you and your business. You're not wasting precious time learning to design websites. You're DIYing your website and getting a whole course in addition to it. And I'll just tell you, in my media business, Sarah Roberts Media, where I design websites for other business owners, me and my team charge upwards of $2,000 per site. You're getting a website and an entire course and basically a business in a box for less than what I would charge for a website. That order taking system that I was telling you about that I used that saved me so much time, that template is already set up in the course. You just set it up, you kind of migrate it over to your stuff, you copy and paste it, and then it becomes your order dashboard where you can accept orders, see them all in one place, and track your progress toward completing those orders in a simple spreadsheet. That you can see from your phone, tablet, laptop, wherever you're at. All these automated systems, all these things that are freeing up hours of your week allow you to spend more time actually making cookies, which is what you enjoy, and allow you to spend more time with your family, prioritizing the things that matter to you instead of figuring out all this business stuff to try and find customers. It doesn't just teach you how to connect with customers by designing a beautiful brand with a good logo and color scheme and using that to create your business cards, your social media profiles, your website, all that stuff. It's not just the, hey, you need to do this and here's how I did it. I give you the Canva templates so that you can hop in and create your own free Canva account and use the templates that I've already made to give you a starting point and adjust them for your needs. And I don't want to harp on the course too long because you'll learn more about that in the Cookie Business Masterclass if you want to take that. And you can find more information on my website, again, sarahgracecookieco.com. But now is a great time to get into that course. If you're watching this and it's spring and you're like, do I want to start my sugar cookie business now or later? You can get into the course for just $58 a month. So you can cover that payment with one set of cookies, 1 dozen cookies. That's what I'd charge nowadays. Right now is an awesome time to jump in if you want to start your sugar cookie business, or if you've already started and you want to figure out how to get in front of customers and save time by actually designing a system that works in the background while you decorate cookies and do what you love without being a slave to social media. Because we are coming up on wedding and birthday season, y'all. It is the end of April, May, June, July. Those are going to be the perfect times to jump into a cookie decorating business, because we have folks getting married. We have people having showers, all kinds of baby showers and bridal showers. It is a great time to be a cookie decorator in the spring and summer. A lot of people think, well, that's probably the slow season because people are ordering cookies for holidays like Mother's Day or 4th of July or whatever. But there are a ton of custom decorating opportunities in the spring and summer. Right now, I'm even offering a special bonus for my Cookie Career Academy members on May 22nd. It's going to be a live coaching call. So if you're already in Cookie Career, you're getting this. But if you haven't jumped in yet, it would be a great opportunity for you to plan your spring and summer live on Zoom with me. We're going to be doing our planning for your spring and summer money makers. And you can ask me any questions you have. I can give you live and personalized feedback about your specific. Okay, enough about Cookie Career Academy. You can go learn more about that at sarahgracecookieco.com under shop, or you can go to down here where we put all the things, you know where it's at. Let's talk about understanding profit margin. Now, if you've done some business research, you've probably come across the term profit margin. That's the percentage representation of the ratio of like how much profit you're making compared to like how much you're paying for the cost of goods. I'm not going to go into the math of it, but basically it's just saying, how much profit are you making? Do you have a good margin? Are you coming out making more than you're spending? But for moms, I've talked to my members in Cookie Career Academy in the videos that I've made there, and to my clients about maximizing the time and maximizing the return that you get for your efforts. So when you're a mom, when you're a busy lady, you have to think about your time to profit margin, not just your profit margin. You have to squeeze every ounce of good out of those hours that you spend in your business, and try and figure out the strategies and the methods, which are going to be different for everyone, by the way. You have to figure out what works for you, what you enjoy spending your time on, and what doesn't feel like a chore to you, in order to make a business work as a busy lady, as a busy mom. When it comes to squeezing every ounce of good out of the time that you're spending in your business, developing brand credibility is really important, because the better that your credibility is and the better experience that you provide your customers, the more that those people are going to keep coming back, and the more people they're going to tell about you. If you can start getting those referrals and word of mouth marketing going, then you're really going to see a significant increase in the way that customers come to you. And when customers start coming to you and you start having a sought after brand, it is so much easier to feel confident in raising those prices to a certain point. I know we all cap out at a certain point, but it's easier to feel confident in charging a premium for your work, in booking out ahead of time and having a bit more stability in your schedule. It just makes everything. My boys are watching a funny video right now. It just makes everything so much easier. And it allows you to get the most for your time when you become that sought after brand. In talking with other cookie decorators, I've discovered a lot of them, like me when I started, were nervous about getting overbooked. But that is the opposite of how we should feel. Becoming overbooked or getting to a point where there are more people who want us to bake for them then there are hours in the day for us to be able to complete that baking is such a blessing, because as the demand rises for your product and the supply drops, that is going to drive the income that you're earning for your product up. Think about artists who are really famous. They can charge more for their work. And the same for singers. You know, Beyonce wouldn't go to a birthday party and sing for $250. That's insane, because everybody knows Beyonce. I'm not saying we're Beyonce with our baking businesses, but you know what I mean. And the way that we build that credible brand is by focusing on quality over quantity. If you're trying to figure out, how can I make more cookies? I've got to grow my business, so I've got to figure out how to make more cookies. That's focusing on quantity. And that is a rat race to trouble. It's a recipe for poor mental health and sleepless nights. Let me tell you, I've tried growing my business that way. It did not work. Trying to be the lowest priced option is also a race to the bottom. But trying to develop your quality, the quality of the work you do, the quality of your customer's experience is going to be that straight path to having all the customers you could possibly want, to being able to set your prices confidently, and being able to offer different things easily and have a ready-to-buy audience that's there and excited to buy from you. That is sustainable business stability. And that's what we want. My father-in-law, Dan, who owns Robert's Custom Cabinets, you see the kitchen behind me. Everyone tells me it's pretty in my videos. My husband built it. My husband and his family business. His brothers and his dad, they all work together. His sister, like, it's a whole thing. And you can find their website, robertscustomcabinets.com. But anyway, all that to say, I think they make the most beautiful cabinets in the world. I'm not partial at all. But Dan has always said that his cabinets are not the cheapest, nor do they try to be the cheapest or most economical in the area. His goal has always been, and he's always made it very clear, that his goal is the quality of their cabinet. Kane will talk about how many times they sand something. They sand their cabinets so many more times than a typical cabinet shop, because their focus is on quality. And that has allowed them to charge a premium for their cabinets and to have a really sustainable, steadily growing business over the years. Now, I know cookies aren't something that you can keep in your house for years to come, but the quality of your work still matters. Even with something that's only going to be seen or eaten for a day, people want those beautiful pictures of cookies at their baby showers, bridal showers. When they're looking back on their Facebook memories for the next 10 years, they're going to be seeing the pictures of the decorated cookies that you made. So they're still important. Now, as you think about valuing your time really highly and thinking of time as your most valuable asset in your business and in your life in a way, think about how you can utilize your time to money ratio. Lauren Jacobs, the cheerful baker, shared in a coaching call, a private coaching call inside the Cookie Career community, I think it was a year or two ago. She said something that really resonated with me. She said, I would rather bake cookies and decorate cookies, because she loves that, like we all do, than clean my house. And I was like, girl, yes, cleaning is such a struggle for me. Like, you can see behind me, this half of the kitchen is clean. Just off camera here, there are dishes that need to be washed. But she calculates into how many orders at the time. I don't know if she still does this, but at the time she was calculating into how many orders she took, what she would need to cover the cost of someone coming and cleaning her home and doing those cleaning tasks that she would rather be making cookies instead of doing those. And I thought that was so wise and such a good illustration of thinking about your time to profit ratio, your just what you enjoy, having the income and having some flexibility with what you can hire out is so huge. So one more thing I want you to understand before we wrap up the video, and please forgive me if I've missed anything. I've had to pause the video a couple times. It'll be edited together so it won't look like it's been paused. but I've had to pause the video a couple of times and restart because my microphone has not been working correctly. And it was a whole thing. But if I've missed anything or if you have any additional questions, please let me know below, because I want to make sure I make a video in the future to clarify anything that you're still wondering about. One last thing, understand that a cookie decorating business, your sugar cookie business that you're about to start, is very seasonal. You will have those Mother's Day sales where maybe you stay up a little later, maybe you work a little more, maybe you hustle a little harder during those seasons, but then you also have those seasons where you can choose to not take on as many orders. You have those times when things are a little bit more relaxed, and you can choose the ebb and flow and the pace of your business. I've had years when I didn't even do a Christmas pre-sale, or I did one super early in the year and just prioritize that time with my boys, and that's okay too. But the important thing is you get to set the pace. You get to choose how the income and the time invested varies and how it ebbs and flows. The freedom of time and the enjoyment of doing what you love or something that you enjoy for income is the main thing. It's what makes starting a sugar cookie business all worth it. And there are absolutely stories out there and instances of people who have had a hard time balancing it all. And I was in that boat at one time. That's why I created all the resources that I've created to try and make it easier for others. But ultimately, if you're strategic about how you start and how you grow going forward, and you prioritize your time, you focus on being the sought after, really high quality go-to girl in your area for cookies. You focus on being that artist baker who people are looking for, that with that brand credibility, that polished system. It's going to make it so much easier, and it's going to give you a little buffer between you and the potential burnout. Everyone has to get into it on their own and see what works for them. These are just some of the things that I've learned along the way. But I'm so glad that you joined me for this video. I wish you luck and blessings and all the things as you start your sugar cookie business. Like I said earlier, please leave a comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see in the future. I love going through my comments and reading what you'd like help with, what you'd like to learn more about, what your questions are, because that helps me inform future videos. That helps me so much. One, it helps people to see the videos more, because that helps the channel when you leave a comment. But two, it helps me know what to make videos about. Sometimes I feel a little out of touch because I'm sitting in my kitchen by myself while my boys are hanging out in the schoolroom. And it feels a little weird to just be talking to the camera sometimes. So having your questions to answer, having things that I know you want me to speak on, that helps me so much to not feel like I'm just speaking to air. I feel like I'm talking to actual people. And I love all the comments that y'all leave me and the sweet things that you say. I love helping you answer your questions and hopefully give you solutions to problems that pop up in your business. Now, in the meantime, between now and next week when I post another video, I have tons more cookie business videos on my channel. I'll link the playlist down below so that you can go through and watch those cookie business focused videos if that's what you're into. I have lots of resources for cookie business owners on my website, Sarah Grace Cookie Co. I have pricing guides, business card templates. Goodness, I have class hosting guides and PDFs. Those are a digital product. They're like $13. And of course, I have the free Cookie Business Masterclass that I already told you about. So if you stuck around this long, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Happy baking, happy starting your sugar cookie business. Like, subscribe, all the things, and I will see you next week.